All right, Jupiter's Legacy Book 2. Now, I didn't like Book 1, which you guys might have seen with my review of this. I thought it was a little degenerate, and it really was really upsetting for the heroes in that. And I didn't enjoy that kind of aesthetic. I was like kind of disappointed in Mark Millar on that. So I got into this. This is actually was called Jupiter Circle 2 at the time, and this is a prequel to I guess the stories. So was the first one. So you've got these characters. This is a guy who like and it's interesting. He's married to this normie lady, and he brings her out into space. He's a romantic. He's always perfect for her, and the story's really set up with this. Eventually, towards the end of it, she ends up leaving him because she's like, "You're too perfect. I can't handle it." It's really tragic at that. I mean, he ends up with the Wonder Woman type allegory person here on this. This guy's clearly Superman. She's clearly Wonder Woman. They're called like the Utopian and things like that. But there's a Flash character. You know, it's obvious that of what it is. Wink, wink. And this is the silly part about our copyright laws. I'll just go off on this for a second. Like, you know, let the guy tell the story. I don't know. Oh well. And so it's framed in that, and framed in kind of like the very character developing lives of these people as it goes on. Now, what happens is they get into the 1960s in here, and Vietnam War is happening, and one of the heroes is opposed to it, and ends up like fighting against the government and kidnapping the vice president to try to bring awareness to the anti-war protests. He gets sick of like doing the government's bidding. As this happens, there's a villain also who is stealing their superpowers with like a ray gun. Very, very classic traditional. Now, the art to me is okay. I didn't like the first that much either, and I think it's all right, but it's not my favorite. The style is just like, maybe it's the coloring, but the coloring seems a little simple, and I think colorists often confuse flat for what it's supposed to look like to try to make it look dated, right? But you need a specific color range and color scheme for that, and that was not accomplished here. So eventually the heroes figure it out, and they get everybody back, and of course beat the bad guy, figure things out, and of course there's a fight that started between the first guys, like one of the villain, the guy who's not the villain, but the hero who kind of went crazy and was fighting against everybody on behalf of his Vietnam protest. He was had his woman taken from him, and he thought that like one of the heroes used a mental trick to manipulate him, and we found out in this volume that actually happened. So he starts beating the crap out of that hero, and since he kidnapped the vice president and all that, they actually take him to jail. So he actually has a sad ending in this, as was gaslit, and it was actually a problem that guy did actually cause a problem for him, and this is the guy who has the mental problems, and they take him in, and they let him rot in jail at the end of it. So you get a little bit of a bitter pill at the end of Jupiter's Legacy 2 on this, but the story was really good, and that circular deal between of the Utopian's kind of life with his personal life and all that, and how it all worked out, was really well constructed through this. So I got to give Mark Millar big kudos for the writing craft level on this. This is very solid on that front. So uncomfortable stuff in this, a little bit, a little dark, but interesting, and you start to really care about the characters in this volume. So I got to give it to him. This is a win compared to Volume 1. So 8 out of 10 from me. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit that like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon.